I graduated from high school, probably back then, you didn't have no miss days. It was May, you know, but that Lawrence and Ray had talked to Lord and Howard, and just as soon as I got out of school, I went to work. Ray and Lawrence had it lined up. We talked to it and told me I had a job, you know. And I was just a handyman there for a long time till Tommy Hollifield went quit, you know. And then I started being their helper, and then from there on. And I know there'd been 6 years before I come. What was it? 8 years before I come. But you could see it growing every year. I mean, they just kept getting bigger and going into different things, you know.
All worked there then? Yeah. Gene, Bob, Lawrence, and you three Boone.
Yeah. Right over there. It started there and went to here. It's about, 30 feet that is. And plumbing was in this part and the metalwork was over on the other side. You didn't go up there much. You didn't have much business up there.
Okay.
Yeah. On the sheet metal, you'd go out and cut the holes. You had to cut, and that's before they got them saws. You had to use a keyhole saw. A lot of times it's a 3-floor thick oak floor. It's got a little handle on it, and it's blades about that long. It's from a 1/4 inch goes up to about an 1 1/4 inch in it. And that had to be done by hand. Then it was mostly plumbing and metalwork, and say 3 plumbing crews and 10 people, hourly people, and then Liddy and them. See what we do, go out and cut the holes and get a layout on it and come in. It did have a drill, but a hand keyhole saw, and it was a job. And you'd have, say, in a pretty good sized house, you'd have, say, 8 hot holes, and you wouldn't hardly have as many, maybe 6 of the, and you'd take the furnace out and get it leveled up and get measurements on it and come in the shop and make it up, and then maybe the next day go out and.
What would you make up?
We'd make up hoods, ducking, and everything, you know. Out of 28 gauge sheet metal. It's 3 by 8 sheets back then. You get now what, 4 by 10, yeah. At one time they bid a schoolhouse job, and it was all copper gutter, and we had to make it. And Lloyd sent Jack and Junior with us. Me and Joe Goodman and Jack and Junior went to Hot Point, not Hot Point, what, over at the other side, what is it? Hot Springs. And we stayed for a week. And Jack and Junior get drunk.
You
Nope.
traversed each day?
No, we stayed there. Jack and Junior get drunk about every night, you know.
Sleep in the truck?
No, we had a motel,
Okay.
and eat out, yeah. We stayed.
Hot Springs.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Joe come back and said, send the sawmill man, the drunk says, what can you get done, you know? Yeah.
How did Lloyd and Howard work together?
Really, Lloyd, after I come, Lloyd didn't go out much, you know, but Howard's, that place couldn't run out there if it hadn't been for Howard. Yeah.
So he was doing a bunch of stuff out in the field.
Yep.
What was the day-to-day responsibilities of the two owners for Howard and Lloyd? So Howard's out in the field. What was he doing out in the field?
He did whatever his employees would do. I mean, Howard wouldn't push you something that you wouldn't do it. He'd do himself.
Okay.
No, you talk about a man, he was a man. Well, really, you enjoyed coming into work. I mean, you're working with your brothers, and it's something you enjoy doing.
I guess back then it was about as family business as we ever were, because you had 4 Burleson brothers, a sister, and 3 Boone brothers.
3 Boone.
I mean, it had to feel just like family all the time.
It's been family business from the beginning.
Yeah.